It looks simple enough, yeah. Yeah. I lately, yeah, please wrap it. Lately I've been using what is this we just used? Dreamweaver, and it has really been doing me justice. One girl brought it in for a sew in. I was so amazed. Turn a little bit for me, Tina. Right there. I was so amazed. Yeah, and that's a 10 in. I be telling people. You do not need all that hair down your back. You just need enough. Okay, let me go right here. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful on you, Martina.
So much.
You're welcome, my love. Yeah, that's his name.
Pick it up again.
Yeah, Myron Golden. Actually, he's a business coach, and he uses the Bible to coach businesses practices, and he really coached using Solomon's theory. And Solomon one of the richest, smartest ones in the Bible, so that's what he coached after. But he's excellent too when it comes to simple business strategies. Hold your head back slightly, Dave.
And to use the Bible.
Yeah. When I first ran across him, I was like, "What? Wait a minute." And I will say I was a little confused in the beginning, but now I love him. I love him. Okay, my sister. Yeah, perfect.
Let me take his name down. Maybe I can get and her. That was Byron.
Myron, Myron. Myron, yeah, Myron. Yeah.
Okay. And this is
Cindy Trims.
Sweet tarts roast. So sweet, you'll pucker. Sweet tarts, dare to combine.
Off there.
We are earning career relevant skills with every 5 to 6 week course, mapping our professional profiles in weeks, not years, as we pursue our bachelor's and master's degrees. Earn career relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
Since we got to hide the edges, I'm going to try to make everything just meet. Now, I'm just talking out loud to myself, thinking like, because I know we got to make sure our edges are not, don't have any glue on it, but yet still hidden. You know what I mean?
Oh, good.
And just
because it's kind of weak, right?
A little thinning. But I got you covered. We're gonna make sure that is all the way good.
Oh, even in here, right? Right.
Well, up there, I'm just gonna use some. What they call that? Color spray.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because it is a little spot up there that I am a little bit concerned with, but I'll use some color spray.
Give me the portion of goods that falls to me, and he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the young son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. I decree and declare this is the last season of waste. You are not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste your energy. There is going to be no emotional waste, no spiritual waste. Your season and your days of wasting is over. I decree a season of gathering. I decree you're going to be in a gathering, the blessing of the Lord. I decree that which flowed from you last season is going to flow back to you as a harvest. And only good things are going to come to you in this season. The Bible said that he wasted his resources. He wasted it in riotous living. You know, when you fail to have a vision for your life, that
the rest to you?
Oh, please.
Okay.
Yes,
There are
that's
some
perfect.
opportunities that is going to come to you, and they're going to come swiftly, and you have to be prepared for that. God is a God of vision. He knows the end from the beginning and everything in between. And I decree that you are going to be a visionary. You are not only going to have downloads as to God's original plan and purpose for your life, but also for your children's life and for your children's life. And you're going to be able to speak into their lives until you provoke their future. You are not only going to prophesy it, you're going to provoke the future of the next generation. And we're not talking about flaky prophecy here. We're talking about individuals that have heard from God, that has received downloads concerning times and season, and that there's a level of maturity where we are now speaking to the next generation. And this is what God wants. He wants individuals that are mature enough and blessed enough and prosperous enough that they do not have to pray for their own prosperity or pray for their own success or pray for their own breakthrough. They will be praying for the success and prosperity and the breakthrough of the next generation. And I'm decreeing and declaring, you are going to be amongst them. You are going to be used by God to touch another generation. What we need in this generation, we need leadership. And leadership is not just for some of us, it's for all of us, because leadership is about influence. All of us have spheres of influences. You're either leading or you are following. I decree that you will follow Jesus, but you will be a leader in your family. You will be a leader in your community. You will be a leader professionally in your industry. I decree that you are not following any longer. It's time for you to rise and shine, for God's light has come and his glory is risen upon you. You've got to see yourself as God sees you. He called you the head and not the tail. He called you first and not last. He called you above only and not beneath. Your days of living on the bottom is over. Your days of living on the top, living in realms of dominion, living in realms of influence. I decree that God now is establishing a new paradigm of leadership in your life. Not only in your life, but in the life of your family. I decree that your children will no longer be followers. I decree they will be leaders. They will be industry leaders, ethical leaders, moral leaders. I establish it. I decree it. I declare it. I quicken it. I call it to life by the word, by the blood, by the spirit. I decree that as your children follow Christ, others will follow your children, and your children will no longer be pressured by peer pressure. I decree they're going to defy the status quo. They will not be a statistic. They will not be addicts. They will not be alcoholics. They will not be derelicts. I decree
I'm super excited. My son's been battling addiction to marijuana, and today he informed me of his first clean drop.
Wow.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
I am so happy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I am so happy. So with that, he'll be released out of this treatment program, which in turn will allow him to get his driver's license.
Wow.
Right? That's awesome. It's so awesome. So he gotta get his driver's license, and then there we either I told him he should start. Well, I suggested. I ain't told him nothing. I suggested he should start saving for a tow truck. You know what I mean? But until then, he needs to get into these trucking programs.
Oh
Because these trucking programs, I mean, near or far, they hire, man. They hire
Yes,
something
they do.
different. They hire.
I was just telling my husband I was at the light,
Mhm.
and it was a long light on Cicero,
Mhm.
and every truck driver that went past was black.
Oh, good. See,
I said,
yeah.
wow, all these black men, young men,
Uh-huh.
truck drivers. Wow. I was just telling him about that this week. Oh, that's a good one to get into.
It definitely is.
Oh, wow.
I decree that you are giving your mind the education it needs, your
Now
heart
that's so much
the worship
money,
it
too.
needs.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot of money to be made. Even women are getting into truck driving too. Yeah, women are getting into it too. Women are getting into truck driving too.
And you know that place, even that bus company there on Cicero, Malothy. It seems like they're always hiring. Got that hiring.
Yeah, but to hire, I mean, working on a bus is totally different than truck driving.
Oh, you right.
You know what I mean? Being an assistant on a bus, or even a bus driver for that matter.
You right.
I mean, it's and that's, I think that's one that's got to, you got to be called to do.
Hello. That's right. Instead of being
they
by
is
yourself.
not trying to be, listen. Ain't nobody trying to be dealing with no kids like that early in the morning.
You gotta have all the right.
Patience. You gotta be called to be a bus driver. I think any bus driver, for that matter, like CTA, any of them, man, because you gotta deal with some very interesting people. Straight up.
Right.
That be going through. I mean, everybody going through, but it seems like people that be on the bus be extra irritated.
Right. Okay.
I can even attest that to myself sometimes when I used to take the bus downtown. But not extra irritated. It's just I seen some interesting people
Some stuff,
on that bus, man.
Oh yeah. I remember like befriending a young lady I met at the library, and she seemed really cool. We would talk every time we saw each other get on the bus together, and talk every time we got to the library. I thought she was pretty nice. And I got on the bus by myself one time, and the woman, she was like, "That's your friend?" And I said, "Yeah, we just met not too long ago. She was nice. Yeah, she said, I feel," and she like pointed to something. She said, "I feel I need something on this bus with me every time she get on here."
Whoa.
And I said, "Really?"
Wow.
I said, "Whoa, I don't know if it's that I'm naive or God just blessed me in my mind." I didn't know what it was. I'm naive, or was God just helping me to
see the real soul of the girl?
Amen.
Cause ain't no way. What? Okay, so how did that end conversation end? What happened?
So she said, "I feel like I need this. Every time she get on here, I feel I need a weapon."
Dang, that's deep. Was it an elder?
It was on my mind.
Was it an elder? I'm talking about the lady who said it. Was she?
No.
She was a young girl?
She was, I would have said late 30s, early 40s.
Oh my God. I feel sorry for her. What?
Yes, she felt like that.
That's crazy. She must have never had a conversation with the girl.
Probably
you know what I
not.
mean?
And I know the young lady, and I look past that, she does look like, from her lip to her neck, to the back of her neck, it looked like she's been sliced.
Ooh, okay.
And two, that's what it'll give you.
Okay.
That looks cut.
Okay.
And I know, I'm just looking past that.
Right, because what? Yeah. You definitely look past that. You can. You're supposed to look past that.
That's why I said I think I know it was God.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you said how it ended too. And then a couple of days after, we even had numbers. She had my number, I had her number. And she had called me one day, and someone made her mad at the store. And I shouldn't have had that on my mind, either what the bus driver said. But she got into it with a male.
Oh, Lord.
And I mean, she was saying so much. I mean, she wasn't backing down. She was.
Oh, wow. Oh,
and
God.
I'm like, I got it.
Danger.
She got into it with this male. And I guess the things she was saying. I was like, oh, I hope she's gonna be okay. She's not supposed to be saying that to a man. I guess that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was really upset. And I hadn't seen that.
Part of
I heard her think that part of it.
Oh, wow.
But when she was, and the guy, he sounded,
Oh, wait a minute. While you were on the phone.
While I was on the phone.
She was getting into it with the person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh,
And
wow.
I guess, and everybody's not scary. Like I'm thinking, they've been probably in the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Been
yeah.
into it with guys, fist fought guys. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, but I was just kind of fearful for her because I'm like, I know something's gonna happen right after that.
Oh wow, what
I
happened?
didn't know, and
Did it?
she just kept going in and I believe the phone hung up. She apologized one time, but I said she does. I can see she does have a side
Okay.
that
Okay.
she may not want, you know,
Uh-huh,
and don't like when it come up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we all have that.
Right.
That one we don't want to come up.
To come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just took you off from.
No, that's for real.
We talking about the bus driver.
Yeah, oh man, see, then you gotta have a thick skin dealing with some,
Oh, you're right.
dealing with that stuff, man.
They don't play with pigs, they don't mess with pigs, because it's not in their DNA. Are you with me? It's not a part of their laws. They're the laws that govern eating, there's the nutritional laws or their social laws. That means that he had to deviate and deviate from God's original plan and purpose. And so whenever you are connected to the wrong people, you always live in the realm of deviance. You always live in the realm of deviance. You're taking this detour. Instead of going straight to the realm of prosperity, you end up deviating and it defaulting into the realm of poverty. Instead of going in, straight into the realm of success, you deviate.
But and that I really think God was getting me ready for this.
And so what God
For what?
wants to do, He wants to
Degree.
bring
Oh yeah.
and
You
there's a
know,
way
Uh-huh.
He brings
This
alignment to
I'll
your life.
you know
We're
with
gonna
the
find out
addiction
in a
studies
minute.
degree, I'll be dealing with those issues that mental.
Right.
Even
When
if-
are you
not even
are
if
you
she-
practicing it?
I'm not practicing, but I was told and I got some advice
Uh-huh.
to even right now volunteer
Okay.
to
Why
get
why aren't you practicing? What happened?
Well, I haven't passed or took the test yet
Oh
for
wow.
the CADC.
Uh-huh.
I got it waived. The test, when I take it, it'll be free.
Okay.
And so I'm just now waiting to take. I have like 90. What is it? Not 90 days. I have 9 months from when I graduated to take it.
And how do you keep the information fresh?
And that's the thing.
Because the longer you get, the longer. Well, that's
You're right.
You know what I mean. So yeah, I would go with what your whoever's mentoring you in it to definitely volunteer just to keep the information fresh.
Keep it fresh.
Mhm.
Right, and I can pay. I ordered the book. It's the wrong book.
Mhm.
I just found that out last month.
Mhm.
So I have to get the
Did
right
nobody
book.
guide you on ordering the book, or you just hit the wrong button?
I guess I didn't follow the right directions with applying. It was 3 different and that site wasn't friendly. The
Okay.
CADC site for getting your credentials and everything, it was not friendly because I went in and maybe I just need to have, more knowledge on the different things going into those sites. I clicked on for the application. I got that free waiver to pay for it. They're gonna pay for it. And then I'm supposed to click on another one
Uh-huh.
for the money to purchase the book.
Okay.
What I did was I ended up Googling the CADC book, the name that I received from.
Mhm.
I Googled it, ordered it, it came.
Okay.
I talked to one of the girls I graduated with. She said another classmate just got her CADC. She passed the test with an 80.
Okay.
She just got hers.
Right.
She was telling me how many questions you can get wrong and still be eligible to get your CADC.
Okay.
And she told me, she sent me the right book. She took a picture of it. She sent it to me. I said, oh, that's the right book. So I gotta get the right book and just make sure that time is not
Lapse.
right. And then I don't want to miss the time frame. So because my test is free, but then if I let it expire, I'll have to go through so much. So that's what I need to do, and I'm glad I brought it up today. Cause you brought it up. I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Cause I need to make sure I'm on that book, getting that book, and taking that test before it's too late.
Oh, for sure.
And then I had a counselor through my insurance. I'm able to meet with counselors. It's like Teledoc. Have you heard of Teledoc?
Mm-hmm.
I can meet with doctors on there, dermatology and mental health.
Okay.
For because I had got diagnosed with anxiety.
Of course, yes.
And ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Have got diagnosed with those things, so I was seeing a therapist on there.
Okay.
And he was so concerned with me graduating, and when we would get on, he would help me with CADC questions.
Yeah.
And so something happened with my insurance. I can't see him.
Okay.
So I called him yesterday because he called me. He called me out of the work Teledoc on his personal phone.
Okay.
He said, I have all these questions, new material for the CADC. You need to go in and make an appointment with him. I went in there and I'm glad I talked to 3 people. Well, the third person I talked to on Teledoc said the reason you can't get him is because your insurance, he only accepts some type of plan with Medicaid and Medicare. So I got to get all this taken care of because he's really helping me with that.
Right.
He wants me to pass that test. And so, and when we meet, that's what we talk about.
Okay.
CADC questions.
So he was like a study partner as
He
well.
was.
Awesome. That's
So,
awesome.
I was trying to call Medicaid today. I called too late. I'm gonna call them today, and I'm gonna get on this. I've been too lax with it.
Why you been lax?
I guess and there's no excuse. I've been, cause I work with my father-in-law Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm his home care aide. And so I do that, and then I get the Tuesdays and Thursdays off. I said, well, maybe I could volunteer. I'm liking, I'm going on O'Shine's trips. I get to go up to the school for because after that internship, it was so busy. When I was doing internship on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then I would work for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And when I got those couple of days off, I said, oh, this is good. I went on a trip. I just, I did my CPS volunteer in case they need me for like recess help or classroom, the teacher need help with papers, anything. So they cleared me for that. So I guess with those 2 things, I guess I got kind of lax with my CADC and, work. But I'm gonna get back on it.
What's your husband say about it?
Yeah, he's worried that I'm getting too lax about it too.
Okay.
What do you do about this test? He's wondering.
Yeah.
Too. And Isha, with the loan, and then I thought about working too. Doing some substitute, because I have the substitute where I can substitute at schools, and I don't have to do it all week. I could do like 2 days. The Tuesday, Thursdays, I've been getting my I've been meeting with someone at Governor State, helping me with my my resume, my LinkedIn. She's been really helping me build that my resume up.
But what are you building it up for?
Well, I wanted to do some paraprofessional work, and I was thinking about substitute. Because with substitute, you could do 2 days out the week. And those days I don't work with my father-in-law. It's like $150 a day. You could substitute.
Okay.
And I was thinking about that.
Okay.
Going in there and doing that too.
Okay.
And for right now, I'm on probation with I don't know if I told you I got my loans disgarnished. And a requirement for the loan disgorgement, I can't make a certain amount. I have to stay within this amount
Mm.
until November of 2025.
Mhm.
This November.
Mhm.
And so
And if you go out that amount,
I have to pay all that $90,000 back.
okay.
I got to pay it back, and I think that's too why I hadn't been so much going into. I can still prepare for this test and have my CADC, but I was watching what I took, what type of jobs, I got without.
But I thought, is this a federal loan or what type of loan is this? Because I thought when it's a federal loan for students, if you're working in the field that you got the loan in, that helps to not have to pay it back, right? Or am I
Really?
wrong? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never got a loan a day in my life for.
Yeah, I wish I never
education.
did.
Why?
But I'm glad I've got it.
Why you say you wish you never did though?
That was a lot of money.
What you do with it?
I paid for some schooling.
Okay. Okay.
I paid for schooling.
Well, as long as you did
I
that.
got a car with it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you
got it.
kind of misused it a little bit.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got a car
okay.
because you can get so much back,
Okay.
and I didn't have to get that much back.
Okay.
I ended up getting a car.
I understand. Okay. I
It has
understand.
to, in a predicament where you gotta. And then when my husband moved into the house,
Mhm.
they saw that loan, but I'm so glad and I thank God for blessing where I was able to get it disgarnished. As
Mhm.
long as I follow these rules that they have with it. But I'm grateful of that. But I remember him when he said they see your $90,000 loan on here. Well, he was trying to get the house.
Mhm.
And it was like
It went against y'all
something, it went right.
y'all income.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Income.
oh, I don't
Debt
want
to
to bring
ratio income.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't want to bring that on him. But I'm so glad and I'm grateful that I was in a position to, someone told me
Uh-huh.
that you probably could get that discouraged.
Mhm.
And I followed the steps.
Mhm.
So I thank God for blessing with that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask the loan disgarnishment. I'm gonna call them.
Yeah, and because I don't know for sure, but I thought that when you get those loans and you work in the field, that's supposed to help. I
Wow.
don't know, like, for sure, but
Okay.
from my understanding, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with asking.
Right.
And that way you don't have to hide your income, basically, because that's basically all you're doing is hiding it from you because you can't do certain stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just I know that's so irritating.
Oh yes. I'm like, oh, that's so big too much. Right. Okay.
Some of the people that you're assigned to and assigned to you are assigned to build capacity for where you're going, not capacity just to be where you are. And when the pressure comes upon most people, that's when they run. Because it's a lot of discomfort. It means that you have to change. And your brain is going to fight change. Your brain is going to fight change. Your mind
It shows,
is
Charlie.
Okay.
I mean, we'll fight it to death. It's so crazy.
That's right.
It is so crazy.
reach back to old experiences and tell you that the very person that is assigned to you is like everybody else. There are some of us that are not like everybody else. I'm not like your mother. I'm not like your cousin. I'm not like your demon possessed supervisor. Are you with me? That ain't me.
They say demon possession.
My assignment
Because it do seem like the supervisors be a little bit too extra.
Okay.
Like, oh my
Asia.
God.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too extra. I know, they want you as the person working up under them
That's right.
to not actually have to need them, but bro,
Oh,
I'm going to need you for a few things. They be extra. Everybody, almost everybody. And you know what? That's a little bit of why I am apprehensive about getting a assistant, because
Oh, I understand.
to supervise somebody and I have to walk in and I see you doing my client bad.
Oh.
I don't know how I'm gonna do, but then it's like, Isha, are you thinking about things that might not even happen?
Oh,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's like, oh God,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta figure it out.
Oh, I do that too.
I know, thinking about things that might not even happen, girl. And then once we walk through, we were like, what the heck was that? That wasn't even part of the plan.
Wow. I do that too.
Man, thinking about things that might happen. We all do it, good. We all do that stuff.
Wow.
We all do it.
Wow. It's like you visually, you think about it hard. And
Uh-huh.
It don't have to be,
Right.
right?
And then
You
it's
just
like,
stress yourself out.
and then it's like, dang, do I really take, because you think about it, and then you think about it in a worse way. So it's like, dang, am I really allowing God to guide me? Because he don't play about it. He gonna give it to you. But God let you go through things the hard way too in order to get you.
Trust them, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So, okay, God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you on this one. So he's still working with me on trusting, period, anyway. So, but I'm slowly but surely. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm doing pretty good with, I feel myself coming into something
Oh, beautiful.
when it comes to this industry and having an assistant. Because I know in order for me to go to the next level, I got to give up the control at the bowl.
Okay.
So it's really going to be about training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is I'm so confident now in my process of taking care of the hair at the bowl that I can make it like a lesson plan or something to teach to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah.
Your concern should not be whether there's a wolf at the door. Your concern should be whether there's termites on the floor. And the floor represents your foundation, the thing that you stand on. What is eating away at the foundation? And now what the devil is doing is trying to make us over suspicious, looking for wolves in sheep clothing.
Oh wow, we just wow, see, I told you, this lady is amazing, man. Wow, we was just talking about that. What we think might happen.
Right.
When the wolf shows up, you're gonna know he's a wolf because he would have, or they would have, sacrificed some sheep. But a father sacrifices himself. A good shepherd sacrifices himself. He does not sacrifice the sheep. He said, look, my father, I don't know how he provides. All I know is there's food enough to spare. And he has hired servants. And they eat. Obviously, he's feeding them because they're not dying. You gotta find somebody that feeds your soul, feeds your intellect. You see, most of us have our spirit that is fed, but our minds are dead. Because someone made you check your mind at the door. They don't want you to be dinkers. You see, the Bible said that we are all lights of the world. But you know someone is not a good father when they're the only son and you're a satellite. You gotta revolve around them. The Father is gonna cultivate you until you are luminary, just like them. tutor is responsible for intellectual capacity, building your intellectual capacity. A governor is responsible for building your character, so that you have character, ethics, and morality when you go into the industry, when you fulfill God's original plan and purpose. It means that you will not only be gifted, but your core values, your morality and ethics will maintain you or help you maintain a place and a posture of influence. You see, when you join church, God didn't tell you to check your mind at the door. You brought it in. And so the gospel is preached not only to bless your soul, but to build capacity in your mind. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. And this is where God wants to take you, wants to bring you back and restore our position, your position, my position of dominion, And we'll talk about that in a minute. He said, look, I'm no more worthy to be called thy son. Verse number 19, make me one of thy heart servants. Now this is very important. The Bible said that God resists the proud. But if we would just what? Humble ourselves, God will what? Exalt us. So now, what he wanted was the person and not the position. His relationship with his father was more important than possession and position. You see, a lot of sons and daughters want what their father or mother has, not knowing that God has something to give them that belongs to them. So you don't want someone else's. You don't want someone else's ministry. You don't want someone else's pulpit. You don't want somebody else's people. What you want is what God has for you. Because what's for you is for you. You don't want someone else's reputation to write on your resume that you're the son and the daughter of this person and you're associated with this person and that person. Well, who are you? What if those people end up disqualifying themselves and taking themselves into a bad place? Are they going to drag you with them? You have to have your own brand, your own identity. You've got to be able to stand on your own. Who are you? And what are you bringing to the table? And you don't need to be someone's shadow when God has called you to be.
What
his
type of
husband.
organization processes do you use? Like, do you set goals daily, or how do you keep up with all of the hats that you wear, T?
Listen, you can either be the benefactor.
She said,
Wow. This is so, getting my hair, it is so therapeutic. I get to sit down, have these beautiful conversations. Focus on what are you not doing? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. And you finally get to sit down and say, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Get this done, get that done. Mm-hmm. Because I need order with that.
You do?
Organization with that.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
And I see so many business cards of people that
I need order
claim
with
to
that.
be this,
Really?
claim to be
Okay.
that, and you look behind them.
Okay, well, what do your husband use? Maybe have you tried to take anything from his book? With organization, does he is he a little bit more organized when it comes to balancing everything?
He is.
Okay, so what did he say he used?
Going all the way to heaven.
No, I've watched him.
Relax. God's gonna get you there.
He does have him a book. He has a
Planner.
a book.
Oh, a book, really?
That he writes. He is organized with writing things down,
Okay.
keeping it together.
Okay. Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And writing it down.
Yes.
He uses his phone too.
Yes.
For a lot.
Okay.
Alerts.
Okay.
So it's not about
Alerts to help him.
Mm-hmm.
and saying amen. It's the attitude that is in your heart.
And doing it right then and there.
Yes, that's what I'm training Jovan. That's exactly what I'm training Jovan, because he had didn't mean to go on subject, because he had a project due, and a couple of them details from the project kept sliding through. I said, I'm finna teach you how to manage your time. And so we talked. I said, now, I taught them the schedule on the phone, the calendar on the phone. I said, open your phone and make a schedule for yourself. And keep the schedule and watch how good you feel when you keep the schedule.
Keep the schedule.
Yeah, that's all. It's about keeping the schedule. But you gotta know your why. You know what I mean? Like your husband's responsibility is major because his why is connected to his wife and his children. You know what I mean? So like, what is your why connected to? And then you'll find a reason to write it down. You know what I mean?
Hello.
Because your husband why like, shoot, if I don't get it right, my whole family beat and went crazy. You know what I mean? So his why is, well, not getting it right, but if you don't remember, whatever. His why, he know his why, and you and his son and his responsibilities at home is his why. So I think once you realize what your why is, you know, yours, not connected to you, because you know your husband got the house, but why do you want to do what you want to do? Then I think you would probably come through real heavy, and it may not be about the addiction, or have you even wrote to yourself to forgive yourself about that? You know what I mean?
Am I supposed to go into that?
Right. You right. No, to forgive yourself about it, because sometimes when we don't forgive ourselves, this quiet shame be connected to it. And if you really get in there, some things may be unfolded or revealed that you really not ready to reveal. You never know. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but you never know. Or maybe you be reliving some emotions in that.
By going
into it. You know what I mean? So
it's funny. It's amazing that you said that. When I was at the internship, and the person who does the substance abuse group, who's the leader of the substance abuse group, one group session we had, and I told him after the meeting when we closed it up, said bye to everyone. I said, this feeling came that I did not want. And he said, you think something triggering, something brought on like a trigger? I said, it's funny you said that.
Yeah,
like, do you want to relive?
Right. But you know what? That is definitely a question you have to ask yourself. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I know that you are a woman of God. You know what I mean? And never. Yeah. I mean, to walk in His power. You know what I mean? Regardless of, and you can't be ashamed because you know.
That's right.
You can't be. You cannot be ashamed. Now that you on the other side. Now I see if you was dibble dabbling, you ain't on the other side. But if you on the other side, please wear that shame as an armor. That's right. As a not a scarlet letter, but definitely as a what they call it testimony. Because that's all it is. That's all it is.
And you know what? I started to say, I say it all the time, and somebody had mentioned to me, you have so many testimonies, so you have to say that every time. I say, I first give out to God, and I say, I thank God for delivering me of a terrible alcohol addiction. I say it every time. I thank God for His transformation. So I say that addiction every time. I start with testimony.
And even with naming it, you know what I mean, you kind of like give it life, you know what I mean. So maybe if when you do it, you just say, thank God for saving me, and don't even put a name on it from.
So this is what one of the missionaries is saying. I think when I asked my mom, I said, "Is she talking about me, Mom?" Because I don't know if she is, but it was on me strong these last couple of weeks, 2 weeks. She said it was time for me to lead testimony service, and I went up. And when I went up, she said, "Let me just say this. here to glorify the devil and what the devil has done.
Uh-huh.
Glorify God. God is a jealous God. He doesn't want you to give nobody else his glory.
Right.
And I've heard her say that before. I feel like after, and I say, well, I'm saying delivered me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reminiscing like I missed the drink, I missed the bottle. I'm not
But
saying that.
okay.
So I was wondering, I felt she was targeting me
Okay.
about giving the devil the glory.
Just don't give it a
So
name.
I'm like, how do you give but thank you.
Just give it the action
Okay.
and the result. Just speaks from results.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And anytime, from this point on, because I even had to, I'm saying that because that was the only way that Isha Wardell can be born from Big Isha. And Big Isha was a violent, you know what I mean? So I say now when people talk about you, talk about me or talk to me about from my previous life, I would say, yeah, it was something else. God know he had to battle me, you know what I mean? Or he seen my fight and he wanted me to fight for something better, or you know what I mean? Just all that's how I do. I'd never talk about, where on that point of
Right.
because God knows, because that's what it's really about. God knows your details. You know
That's
what I mean? So we can have details from humans. But
That's
God
right.
knows the
God
details, you know
knows.
what I mean? So all he wants us to do is talk about the results of surrendering to God. That's really what, you know what I mean? Unless it's somebody who in the addiction
And that's
itself.
why I get confused.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't be when I testify about something else. They said you never know who's listening or in the audience. Don't be afraid to tell your testimony.
Right, but
Yeah.
you can tell it without giving it a name.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Because
That's
the
right.
name, give it a name when
Just
you
that-
got to call it out of somebody else
Mm.
personally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because give it a name when they think they had it from you. Give it a name when you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You do.
Wow.
Smell of alcohol on you, huh? You know what I mean? Like that. How she know I got that. And then it becomes. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
For real. But smell of alcohol on you. Think you had it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, no. Yeah, don't give it no name. Don't give it not a name. That's the only way you're gonna kick it if you don't give it a name. Everything has its own identity simply because we name it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Don't give it a name. Yeah, we named it God's Glory. That's the name of it. That's the name of it. God's glory is something else. God's glory, you know what I mean? That's what we naming it. God's glory. That's sure what we naming it. Because other than that, it ain't nothing. It really ain't. It really ain't nothing.
But you know what? I wish she would pull me to the side and talk to me. You see how you just broke that down?
She didn't put what she did that right before you went up and talked, or
I
in the
think
public
if
with
and
everybody.
she may
or-
not be targeting me, but I think if she's talking about me, so I can get it,
Yes.
talk to me, and then give me an example. You just gave me some examples.
Okay.
And then give me some examples of how it's glorifying the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
you know
I'm going to keep on doing it.
Right. I get it. I get what you're saying. But you know what? People are human.
That's right.
That's all. People are human, and we don't know Holy's there. Holy's in there, so
Right
I can,
here.
yeah,
Okay.
up to your forehead though, and then I'm gonna bring it through your part,
Okay.
and then I'm going to spray,
Oh, okay.
so we can have a nice even part.
Oh, good. Oh, those bald spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Chosen it for you.
Okay, let it
Who's
go.
going to get you to the finish line. It may take 40 years in the wilderness, but you're going to get to the
That's a good
promised land.
strategy.
Oh yeah.
Land
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Whenever there's covenant. Whenever there's kissing, there's covenant. Jesus had a covenant with the very
this spot. Hold it.
When your whole world revolves around her, you need a master's program
You got it?
that works around you. Balance work, family, and school with online master's programs that fit your life at University of Phoenix.
But yet when he saw it, still kissed it. That's covenant. Covenant is less about you and more about me. Covenant with a person is all about exposing my character. See, you can do whatever you want. If I cut covenant with you, you can do whatever you want, say whatever you want. But I will never sever the ties of covenant I made with you. Why? Because you serve a God that's covenant maker, covenant keeper. And this is very important. God frowns upon people who break covenant. It doesn't mean that I'm going to allow you to do anything or say anything. It might mean it's called divorce. You're still my brother in the Lord, but bye. You're still my brother. Do you see how it's escalating? Do you see how you're arising in your thoughts? You're my husband now, but tomorrow you're going to be my brother in the Lord. And I can pray for you from that dimension. Are you with me? You made a decision. I'm going to make a decision too. Because I don't need no extra gifts now. Hint, hint, wink, wink, I could do, bad. That's what Prophetess Medea said.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah. She always say that.
Despite of what you
Prophetess Medea. She so
I have
said.
a covenant with you, and I'm going to keep my hand off the bargain. The son said to him, Father, I love that. I'm going to reestablish my covenant with you, Father. I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and no longer worthy to be thy son. Let's break this down. Sin. Sin comes from this Greek word harmartia. And it is an Olympic word, actually. It's assigned to the dimension of sport, or it's assigned to a sports called archery. So that's a Greek word, harmartia. And it means that to miss the mark, or to err in judgment, or to blow an opportunity to align oneself with the will of God. See? To blow an opportunity that aligns you with the will of God. That's what sin is. So the moment you sin, you misalign yourself to the will of God. You make a decision. I don't want to align myself with the will of God. What I want to do is to violate the laws of the Spirit. And I'm making a decision to violate. So when you violate, you deviate. And when you deviate, it puts you in the realm of deviance. Are you with me? So you're deviating from the law. So instead of us just saying that there are big sins, such as lying and cheating and all of that we usually relegate people to, let's just say sin is man's attempt to live his life without God. That's what sin is. It means that you're making a decision. It means that every time you make a decision, you err in your judgment. You're making the wrong decisions. You err in your judgment. Therefore, sin, here's another definition, is poor life strategies. Poor, bad life strategies. Well, strategies attached to a goal, an objective, a vision, or a dream, right? So you want the right strategies to what? Fulfill that goal, objective, or vision. Outcome. So whenever you have life strategies and it doesn't give you You say, I don't want to live like this. I didn't want to hurt like this. I didn't want to, you know, when you say that, it means that you are admitting that your life strategy is wrong. So why would you want to get up the next morning and apply the same strategy? Because that's what the masses do. They get up and they complain, they bellyache, I don't want to be poor, I don't want to hurt, I don't want anybody to hurt me anymore. But what did they do? The next morning, they get up and they just push the same buttons that they always push, and they use the same strategies they've always used. It's like a woman that goes on a diet, and you know that it was those Twinkies. And you wake up the next morning and you say, this is my last Twinkie. And then you wake up and you have a Christmas party, this is my last Twinkie. And you keep saying, it's my last, and then you say, you know, they used to make clothes much larger. They're making clothes smaller. They're shrinking. Because you need to justify. What you need to do is admit that your strategy is not working. So when you are born again, God gives you a new life strategy. Paul said, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away those as a child. I made the decision to do what? Not pray it away, but put it away. Some things you pray away, others you put away. You just put it away. The strategy is not working. And in order to replace one strategy with another, you've got to give up the other. You got to give it up. You can't use two strategies at the same time. That's insanity. Give up one and replace it with another. Amen?
Amen.
Glory to God. Let's pray. Our Father and God, even as we lay the foundation for our discourse in spiritual maturation, talking about spiritual fatherhood, we declare that we will have an understanding of the role of that we play as sons and daughters. He took 100% responsibility for his action. He was ready to embrace the process, not merely focusing on a position of prestige or power. And I pray, oh God, that even as over the last few months we have been journeying to discover the stages of spiritual maturation, and we have learned that there are 8 stages of spiritual maturation. We thank you right now that you are positioning us so that we truly can be matured enough to become spiritual mothers and fathers in the gospel. That we would have an understanding that each one of the stages of maturation has a particular level of authority, and each stage has a rite of passage. And even as we excavate this last stage
with the
of
big
spiritual
plan.
maturation,
A big plan?
Not a big one, but
You know what?
something that's easy for me to divide and
Nope, I would start with my calendar on my phone.
the calendar on my
understanding
phone.
of painting,
Yeah,
an
because
understanding
on
of
that you can make
mapping.
notes, you can put up reminders, you can do pictures, you can put anything. I would definitely use the calendar on my phone. And set reminders, set a couple of reminders with it, because that's what I do when I book y'all hair appointments. Give it a title, even give it a reason if you have to, if that's what's going to keep you, you know, what's in it. And then just put some good intention behind it, Tina. Yeah, you don't need to go about nothing new. Everything you need is already in place. It is.
Now, do you have a sound alert with it?
No, well, you know what? My head is always in my phone anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a particular sound. It's just a beep.
Okay.
And then sometimes I listen for the beep, and sometimes I don't listen for the beep. But it definitely, I have that. What's the name? It's a blue light that comes on just in case, because most of the time my phone is off of what's the name? Off of indicator, or what do they call it? Notifications.
Oh yeah, notification.
Yeah, so now when I do the notifications, look down for me like this. Lean forward a little bit and do it like that. Yeah, so I can see if I want to throw some layers in the front part to make it blend with your hair.
Because when you link up with greatness, you yourself become great too.
Yeah, I do. I need
Just
to
hit
throw
that
some
give
layers to
button
blend.
right now.
Just
and we'll
right
see
here.
you back here where it's live
Keep your head bent down.
and broadcast. We'll see you then. Come on, put your hands together for 'em.
Yeah, use your phone.
I'm gonna try
Cause
that.
you don't need to buy none. Everything you need, you already got, my love.
Right there.
Everything you need, you already got.
Broadcast with Dr. Cindy Trim.
You don't need to go buy nothing new.
We're so glad you joined
Cause you hit that on the head.
We don't need to go buy nothing new,
You
man.
hit that organization when you asked that question.
Oh yeah,
You
oh the
hit it
organization,
on the
yeah,
head.
yeah.
messages as well. You can do that
That was good.
Oh,
You
for
like
sure.
Tina? What do you? I'm like, oh.
Wow,
Wow, that is amazing.
Oh, he is, and always is, and always is. Sometimes he be so amazing that it freezes us in place.
Ah, wow.
Like, wait a minute.
Oh, she's sitting still.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's him talking to you. Now it's time to work. Time to work. She sits still. Yeah.
Wow, that was good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Thank you.
You are welcome, my love.
Isha, can you see if you got it?
Oh, okay, no problem.